That dog here don't get attached, nobody.
Can't even start it.
They all fucking die.
We came in the
Shut up.
middle of that little vignette.
Oh,
All right,
sorry.
we're back. Yeah. Isabella's not here, but she's also unconscious, so I don't feel like there's a big issue there. So.
Yeah, that she doesn't matter. It's okay.
All right, so yeah, you guys all move into this train car. And, yeah. What? Did I end up moving this guy? He's supposed to be. There we go. Yes. So Mad Dog, you come around the counter, and you see Lewis slumped underneath the window with about 4 bullet holes through his chest, and there's a lack of light in his eyes as they just kind of stare down at the floor, and you can quickly ascertain that he's quite dead.
Okay. Well, take my gun and start shooting though. Is there a problem, Jacob?
Mad Dog dies. Mad Dog is now engaged in melee combat.
Oh goodness. Oh, well, I guess you have.
Still engaged.
No. Alright.
Welcome back.
I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna search his body for like not his money. I'm just gonna search his body for something interesting. How about that? Is that good enough, Jacob? Can I do that?
Well, you find his bag full of trinkets. That's certainly interesting.
Well, I'm gonna guess I just like found like this little baggie, and then I'm just gonna open it and look in, and I guess I'm gonna see like a bunch of little weird bones and shit, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful. Yeah. Alright, give me a second. Oh, there's
Also,
the
you
bucket.
don't find his wallet.
Oh, well. Yeah, I wasn't really
Fucking-
looking for it.
Fucking hell, man. That bitch took it.
Yeah, she probably
You came
did.
back and looted your corpse.
That's pretty fucked. Well, back in. Okay, there you go. Hey, I'm just crouched down and I got this little baggie and I put it in my pocket. And then I stand up. I don't really say anything. And I'm
Oh,
actually
not even a
gonna-
word from an old friend, GG.
No, I'm not done. I'm gonna wait until Jake can. Basically, Jake, I'm gonna move my character to the furthest part where there's nobody.
Okay.
Like probably where the horses are.
And then cry like a little bitch.
Shut up.
Wow.
Wow.
Let him open up.
Finish what you were saying, Ezekiel. Everyone else, shut up.
Okay. And just go back there. He's actually gonna sit there. Gonna take out a cigar. His hand is shaking. Can't stop it shaking, and then it drops. And then he puts his hand over his face. And he's like he's just fighting it. Stands up and starts punching the wall and starts kicking everything. And he takes his hat and put it over his face and he starts screaming into it. And then like out of nowhere, once his hat back on, he starts crying. Like rolling around, just like basically you just roll around kicking, punching, and just crying like a little bitch.
Yeah, all right.
Called it.
And it's like he can't stop crying.
Yeah, he's breaking down.
Well, I will
He's
say
like-
you play.
he's-
Oh, sorry.
He's just like it's like fucking why? Why does this keep happening to me? Why can't I fucking die?
I moved
Bunch
you
of
so you're not
apologies.
in the scene anymore. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and
Like,
in case you're wondering, the horses are fine.
oh, okay.
Yeah. So Mad Dog
Right.
just, yeah, he's having a bit of an attack. And Kelvin,
And
Well-
you can say that.
He did that quite well because I just figured he was feeling his shit and walking off. So I'm going to walk over and I'm just going to pick Lewis up and carry his body off the train.
okay. We don't really need the train.
I was just gonna stand outside. Hey, let me outside. Oh, there you go.
Let
Yeah,
me
that's
out.
kind of Well, that's where I would be. I'd be next to it. I'm not gonna go very far.
Sure.
I'll just lay him down. Then if there's any people screaming or stuff, or anybody might still be alive, I'd be helping the civilians off, and
Sure.
I'm gonna leave their bodies on though. I'm not carrying all that shit.
Right.
Oh, I thought you said he's gonna kill the civilians.
Yeah, no witnesses. No one can say I failed if no one survived.
Any more Confederate soldiers alive?
You don't see any get off. Actually, you know what? Yes, quite a few of them are alive. Now that I think about it.
Boom, we're getting paid.
Probably not.
You also see the Springfield brothers.
I guess I wouldn't know this because I'm in the back of the car crying like a bitch.
Right. Yeah. Well, they're working their way through the crowd of people that are gathering outside the train now, because everyone's getting the fuck off. And they come over and they find Lewis's body, you know, with you, Calvin. And they kind of take their hats off. And they're just kind of looking down at his body solemnly.
This was a setup. We didn't even see the Springfield brothers. It's a setup.
There's some
You
sort
didn't
of
see half the
mechanism on the
train,
train.
so
Some sort of mechanism they had on the other side of the train, or on the other train, that launched a cloud of bullets at him.
and after they look up at you, you know, and they're kind of like at a loss for words, and then finally Dan, he goes, yeah, I mean, that doesn't surprise us. We encountered some very heavily armed soldiers at the caboose of the train.
I'll nod and say, I don't know how he knew you, but he was a good guy. I was only with him for a brief period of time, but
Did Mad Dog? Is he all right?
he made his way towards the back with the horses.
No.
Then I'll shrug as to like answer off as to whether or not he's all right.
They nod, and he's like, all right. And they look at each other, and you can tell they're getting ready to split. And before they go, Dan looks down at Lewis one more time, and he says, "This man was a gifted individual. World's a little darker without him." And he puts back on his hat, kind of tugs it, gesturing towards Caleb. And he's like, "You take care of Mad Dog now."
I'll tip my hat as they walk away.
Meanwhile, cut to Isabella lying down in a chair, which is now soaked in her blood,
Good.
with her mouth open and eyes closed.
And there's probably gonna be Matthew close to her. It says, any doctor around here?
And there's just silence.
I'm sure there's other people screaming for a doctor as well.
Yeah. So, Calvin, you eventually notice a handful of Confederate soldiers that survived the fight. They seem equally shaken as everyone around them.
Well, I will go over to them and say, "Where's your commanding officer?"
The guy you come up to, he's looking dead-eyed ahead, and doesn't even register you. And the soldier next to him
Cool.
turns to you and says, "He's fucking dead."
Then who's declared himself to be in charge?
He looks around, he's like, "I don't fucking know."
I'll raise
Alright,
an eyebrow and
besides,
say, "Sounds like a good chance. Maybe if somebody started organizing the civilians, set up a perimeter, started collecting supplies. If you want, medical supplies would be of aid. There's some there's some wounded people I've got over here in some chairs. If you tell me where bandages are, I can start patching them up."
Takes off his cap, throws it on the ground. He's like, "I don't think we got none of that."
Wow. Well. Ass end of useless, aren't you? No, I'm not.
He's like-
yeah.
Train's blown up. Doc's dead. Our CO's dead. Shit. This is the worst day I've ever lived through.
The fact you're still alive means it won't be your last. But there are some people who it might be if we can't get organized here.
Well, fuck. I don't know what was in the cargo hold. You can check the box cars, see if there's any medical supplies.
Nod and say, I wish you the best of luck. And then I'll pause and say, almost with a slight grin, who should I talk to about getting paid?
Write a letter to your nearest congressman.
I walk away. I'm gonna walk up to Matthew. Say, go and check the cargo hold. You might be able to find some supplies in there. I'm gonna go check on Mad Dog, check the horses, see if I can find anything in there. Don't be gone too long, since we're gonna be leaving her here. Lewis is outside.
I'm gonna look at Kelvin and say, I don't know you. I don't mind doing what you want me to do, but won't she die? Like, look at her.
That's why you're gonna go search for medical supplies. We can introduce ourselves later. But right now, none of the Confederates are organizing anybody. You seem to have proven yourself helpful. I'd appreciate it if you went and did this one last thing.
Oh, sure. You said a Confederate soldiers are outside?
Yes.
Yeah, to the cargo hold I go. Do I need to move myself, Jacob?
No,
or can we
I-
just assume?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go forward for supply while keeping my head low.
That's a bit suspicious.
I don't suppose anybody has any medical supplies on their horses.
Lewis Wood. Yeah, Lewis Wood.
So, start rifling through Lewis's horse eventually.
And Matthew, if you want to go ahead and make a notice roll to search the cargo hold, the cargo box cars. I keep saying cargo hold because I'm such a sci-fi nerd. You know, they're just box cars filled with boxes. Did you not hear me,
You have to make a notice roll.
Matthew?
Oh,
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't
you.
hear my name.
Okay,
He's
sorry.
actively
Notice roll.
ignoring you.
Yeah, I was like, geez, I feel like goldfish.
Wow.
Alright,
Oh,
you don't
damn,
find
they're
anything of use.
Hold on.
I'm only dead because of Jakin.
But Matthew's
You're not dead.
lucky.
You're getting better.
I'm dying.
And since Matthew's lucky, he goes like, there's nothing of use in this cargo hold, and he starts walking out, and then he checks more stuff. Like, you know, just looks around as he's walking out,
Okay.
and so then he finds them.
I'm bright.
You found a dirty diaper, but the outside of it can still be used.
Wow. Actually,
Goldfish
diapers back then would have been cloth.
Sorry, I need to be right back.
Isabella, you die of dysentery?
Apparently so. You're using a
This is
dirty
why-
cloth diaper.
This is why you don't have somebody who's unskilled making your heal checks, because that's the kind of healthcare you get.
So what do I find?
Yeah, he'll be right back.
Okay.
I'm back.
Sorry about that. No, didn't fix the problem. Okay. So, yeah, you find some medical supplies, Matthew.
I bring them back to Isabella.
All right. I'm gonna be generous and
Touch
say
me.
you guys are within the golden hour, so you guys can attempt to treat one another with your, I'm sure, incredibly high healing scores.
I have a great 0.
I'm gonna die.
Oh yeah, you are.
I think you only die if they roll a natural 1, right?
No, I think she just gets another one. I remember
I
right.
can't handle another one.
Yeah, she gets another wound. What does that happen if she's already incapacitated? I don't even know.
I don't think it does anything. I think she just gets another wound. I could be wrong. I don't know what it does in the golden hour, but
So, sorry. I find Lewis's medical supplies.
Mhm.
Bring them back to Isabella.
Yeah, we're past that.
Oh, good. Is she okay?
I don't know. No one's made a roll.
Well, that's what well, then shit. We're not past it then. We are right there. That's where we are. Give me a second. Cool beans. Yep, let's do this. I am Matthew. Oh, wait. Is he back there already when we get there?
Yeah, you both come with medical supplies, basically.
Oh, okay. You know how to use any of that? And kind of start putting the stuff down on the table next to her.
you guy. Gone.
Hey, string cheese.
What?
What? I'm gonna nod my head at you as we both come in bringing medical supplies. Do you know how to use any of that?
No. But I've been getting away with things that I usually am not exactly familiar with. It seems I have a knack.
I'm gonna kind of furrow my brow together at the idea of I'm just gonna wing medical treatment. I can say as I look at the actual medical supplies that you brought, I'm gonna say, "Well, I really appreciate your help." Furrowed brow. What's your name?
I'm Lucky Ace. By my real name, Matthew Turner.
You just want me to call you Lucky instead?
Oh, whatever you feel like.
We'll see what the situation holds, and I'll extend my hand. Kelvin.
Well met, Kelvin. Was not in the most calm or peaceful situation, but still, well met.
Best chance to make friends. And I'm going to look down at Isabella, and I'm going to grab some alcohol and some bandages, and I'm going to make an unskilled medical treatment.
All right. Now, this,
Matthew's,
the first healing roll is to remove her incapacitated. So,
and Matthew's gonna buy Kelvin, just giving him stuff and helping him with the supplies, giving Kelvin +1 if I'm not mistaken on his roll.
you're doing a help, I guess.
Yeah.
I think you have to
In what?
roll, and then if you succeed, you get a
Yes,
+1.
right. If I get a success, then I can help. Otherwise, I'm
Cooperative
just
rolls.
completely
Alright.
just.
If 2 more characters, the lead character makes his roll and adds +1 for every success and raises companions' achievement on their own rolls. I've always hated that in systems where it's like, if you succeed, then you give a bonus to the other guy, but if you succeeded, then why would he need to?
Okay.
Why don't you just
Well, I
succeed?
did not help him. He did not succeed.
Oh, hold on. So I don't get to re-roll this or anything.
Yeah,
Like,
you could.
did she die at this point?
No, she's stable.
Okay,
she's
but we're
fine.
just trying to wake her up.
Yeah, this first roll is to
you
wake
haven't
her up.
killed her.
Basically, trying to get rid
Okay.
of wounds.
If I get a raise,
You will wake her up. and
can I
maybe
wake
heal
her up
one.
and still heal her?
It doesn't explicitly say. It says if a victim is incapacitated, the healer must first make a healing roll to remove that state. He may then attempt further healing rolls to remove actual wounds. So I assume the answer is no.
If you don't succeed, you can't heal her.
Right.
Okay, well then I'm just gonna do this anyway. And I'm gonna add a d6.
Get at least 2.
Yeah, no shit.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So Isabella, you're no longer incapacitated. So you
So
can
now
now
we
make
need to roll
rolls to
again
attempt
to
to
try and
heal
heal.
her. To actually heal her of her wounds.
Hey,
Okay.
So again, I'm gonna try to help. Oh, you get a +1.
Oh, you know what? You guys are supposed to get a -3 because she's wounded.
Oh no.
Oh.
I
But
didn't do
I
shit.
suppose that would help after the fact. So Matthew's going to add a +1 to you from succeeding because he wasn't actually doing it for her, so he's just making a healing roll, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Gets +1 from. Nah, it doesn't matter, man. But do I get my chip back then, or what?
No. This is for actually healing her.
Sure.
And now you have to do her -3.
+1 and -3.
So -2 to whatever you roll on your unskilled. Just roll unskilled and we'll subtract 2 from it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, bitch.
Thank you.
Oh, you can't even do cooperative rolls if you don't have the skill in question.
Well, it doesn't matter. You failed.
Yeah. All right. So, they've done everything they can for you, Isabella.
And this is when I die from dysentery.
Premium, whatever,
But at
Jake.
least you'll be awake for it.
Oh, gee, thanks. Oh, that's super helpful.
So I'm gonna
I'm
grin.
awake to die painfully.
I'm gonna grin and like pull on your little face scarf a little bit and say, "You look like shit."
Jeez, I must be seeing shit if I'm seeing you.
I'm gonna nod and look up at everybody and say, "Yeah, she's fine." I'm gonna walk away.
Walk it off.
Take a thought,
So
fellas.
I'm gonna walk around. I'm gonna start collecting rocks.
To beat Isabella to death
uh,
with.
No, that's funny though. No, I'm gonna create one of those type graves for Lewis's body because I'm not gonna dig him a hole. I don't have a shovel, and that would be entirely too hard. So I'm gonna make him one of those. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Kirk grave.
What are they called?
That's not actually what they're called.
Oh.
But that's how James T. Kirk was buried.
Oh. Yeah. So that's what I'm gonna now that Isabella's okay, that's what I'm gonna start doing.
Okay. Mad Dog.
Where?
How long do you figure your character needs to compose himself?
Not long enough where I'm past the golden hour.
Okay.
Gonna
So
let me heal
eventually
at
you
least
make your way
once.
back, and you are also quite wounded.
Well, he makes his way over. As
Think
I'm
make
bringing
it
stones
helpful.
back and forth, I'll nod over at Lucky and say, "Why don't you give this one a shot?"
You guys can each roll.
Oh wait, yeah, duh. Yeah, right. We don't have to do it that way anymore.
Okay,
Wait,
I'm
then-
gonna
so-
have to heal Mad Dog.
You need a 7 to heal him.
Yeah,
Of one
I-
wound.
I'll just roll unskilled, and then we'll apply the
-3.
necessary.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
So-
Mad Dog, you're healed for 1 wound. Alright, so now,
Cool.
Calebin, when you try, you only get a -2.
I'm gonna turn to Kelvin and say, "See, I have a knack for these things. I don't even know what I'm
I'm
doing."
gonna furrow my brow and shake my head in frustration, seeing as I've spent the last couple of years studying pretty rigorously to do what I do.
And then
Suck
you
a
healed
dick.
it. The holy shit out of it.
okay.
Alright, Mad Dog, you're good.
All right, that doesn't make any sense, but cool.
So, let me get this straight.
You know
Y'all
what,
heal
man?
Mad Dog.
It is a
Patriarchy.
patriarchal
You just-
dice system.
What can we say? It's the patriarchy.
Damn.
Honestly, the person you need to be
You know
upset
what?
with is
I'm done.
God at this point because
just
even
done.
fate is
Fuck
against
God.
All my
you.
wounds are
Okay.
gone.
Fuck God.
Oh, my wound.
Oh no
Outdated practice.
Oh no!
To
I'm sure
degrade
your
women.
scars are here in this very beautiful arrow that like points downward in such a mischievous manner
Well, if any of you are Supernatural
that you'll
fans,
make billions.
you wouldn't be saying God, you'd be
Whatever.
saying Chuck. Just saying.
Chuck
Yeah. Chuck is God.
Norris. Oh,
Oh, yes, I finally got to that. I finished
Wait a
what
minute.
was on Netflix,
Now that
Supernatural.
Mad
Nice.
Dog is patched up, hey Mad Dog, would you like to take a look at Isabella and see what you could do for her, please?
I'm not gonna really answer. I just take the med kit and do whatever.
Alright. Make it unskilled and apply
Probably
the
gonna
-3
I'm gonna
after the fact.
stand
Try to roll a 21.
and watch
-3?
nervously.
Oh, Oh yeah, go up.
If it's a
Oh my
God,
St.
double
Anthony's.
double one,
I-
I'm gonna be pissed.
I'm gonna do a jack of all trades just cause. Ah.
Maybe. I doubt it, though. Okay, so yeah. Isabella, you're fucked. Sorry.
Sorry, man. We tried.
Actually, you know, Matthew
Well,
didn't
wait,
actually
wait.
make a roll. He just rolled to help you, which was illegal. So, give it a
Yeah,
whirl,
so he
Matthew.
has to really
Matthew,
make a
you
roll.
try.
I need to roll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Can I heal myself?
I just.
Yes, but
this
then you get a
isn't good,
minus
yeah, I
6.
just want to see.
Wow.
All right, Isabella.
I
Nope.
just want to see. I just want to see if this does anything. I just want to see. Yeah, I didn't do shit. All right, cool.
All right, so everyone has touched Isabella all over, but nothing changed.
Of course.
I know. I even touched her back and nothing changed.
He's like, I gave her a massage. I don't know what the problem is. It usually works.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's not
I'm
too
sitting here
bad.
taking
Look up-
chewed
I'm
up
just
food
done.
and sticking it in there.
I'm done with this game.
Well, since I'm all healed, I actually do have a shovel on my horse, and imagine I took it.
And you're gonna
Let's see what
you're gonna
yeah,
bury you're gonna dig a
Gildan's
proper
doing.
grave.
Yeah, I kind of just pick my hand and I don't know, just shelving out the way, start digging.
I'm gonna kind of, like huff, but I'm not gonna do it in such like, I'm not gonna do it in like an aggravated way. Just more like a, oh, I see.
Sorry about that. Should have muted.
How
So
far?
that's more
How
of
far
a
away?
I'm tired as fuck.
Yeah,
How far away from Phoenix are we?
you passed Phoenix, so
Yeah.
we
ways.
passed Phoenix.
Okay.
How close
Do
are
we-
we to the dead end?
Yeah. I mean.
you're closer
oh,
to Phoenix
yeah.
than Dead End.
Okay.
If I were to guess, you're probably about here. So you're about 22 miles to Phoenix and 78 miles from Dead End.
I don't think we're going to.
What even is
I
that?
am
I can't read that. It's so small.
Noma.
What?
Noma.
Sure.
It's hard to tell. Frankly.
It was No Man's, but then they lost the rest of it, just like they do everybody else, and so now it's just Noma.
Isn't it Yuma?
My story that went with that was so much cooler than you actually saying the name.
Sorry.
I'm sad we
Bitch.
looked you up. Which city was bigger when we passed through it?
Phoenix? The
Phoenix.
fuck was that? Oh.
Oh, duh. Phoenix, Arizona.
Yep.
Right.
That's
Nothing's
where
in
Phoenix
Phoenix.
University is, or whatever the fuck. Phoenix
Yeah.
Online
Didn't they get
College.
shut down?
No. The
Or-
one
No, that was ITT Tech.
ITT Tech got shut down, and then here locally, Career Point got shut down. Oh, thanks, Career Point.
So, as oh, you said we're 22 miles from Phoenix.
Yeah.
I can make it there within a reasonable amount of time.
I mean, we still have horses.
Right.
Yeah, your horses can go like 10
Um,
miles an hour.
Yeah.
So you can make it there in a
So,
little over
but
2
it's-
hours.
But it's gonna take time to dig the grave, so I'm gonna look over at Mad Dog and say, I need to take Isabella to the doctor in town. You be here when I get back?
I'm lost.
Why doesn't everybody just meet up in Phoenix?
Basically, I'm so far gone that I'm not intercepting anything.
Yeah, you're just not registering. I
Unless,
gotcha.
unless there's like somebody like pointing a gun, knife, or threatening me
Yeah.
and intercepting shit.
Okay. And so I'm gonna see that. I lean in and say, Mad Dog, I'm going to Phoenix to help Isabella. I'm going to come back. Help you. Okay.
Good talk.
And yeah, and I'm gonna look over at Matthew and I'm gonna say, be safe out there. And I'm gonna start making my way for the horse.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay with Mad Dog and make sure he doesn't wander around.
I'm gonna get Isabella situated, and I'm gonna start making my way towards Phoenix. I'm gonna have my shotgun on my back, holster ready, and
Clean her out.
sword. Yeah.
So Matthew,
sword
you're
at the ready.
staying at the crash site.
Yeah, with Mad Dog
Okay.
camped out.
So Calvin, you ride to Phoenix. Matthew, go ahead and make a notice check.
Oh dear lord.
All right. For about 2 hours, which means it's just before Calvin's gonna reach Phoenix.
Talking, we don't hear you.
Yeah, no.
My wife was asking me a question. I was answering it,
No, you're
but I
fine.
wanted to mute. So
You're like, hey, baby.
yeah, no. I don't remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, you notice to the north there's some hills. Pretty much at the edge of your view distance, Matthew. And you spot some figures on horseback start gathering on those hills. And Mad Dog, you're not alone in digging a grave. You might be alone in digging Lewis's grave, but the soldiers have finally put themselves to work, and they're digging graves for the civilians and other soldiers that were killed in the fight. So you're busy toiling away at a grave, and all around you, the other guys are just. And one of these soldiers left with Calebin to go tell the people in Phoenix what happened and to get a preacher to give last rites for the dead here.
So Matt's just gonna stand up and scurry over to Mad Dog, and he's gonna tap on Mad Dog's shoulder and say, "Listen, I understand that what you're doing right now is important, but I believe we might be into a little bit of trouble here." And I'm gonna point up to the hills. Hopefully, you can see the same guys that I do.
Mad Dog, make a vigor roll.
Alright, well, apparently we're gonna get shitted on. Not the type of stuff I'm into, Jacob.
Okay, I don't know how long it would take to dig a grave, but for the sake of the story, and you succeeded your vigor roll, I'm gonna say you powered through, and you've managed to dig out, a 6-foot deep grave for Lewis by the time this happens. So the grave has been dug, and you just gotta put him in it and bury him. And if for some reason, 2 hours does seem pretty quick to dig a grave, so maybe you had help from one of the soldiers.
Okay.
Whatever we need to make it work, you're finished digging the grave.
Okay. Throw him a grave shovel on the ground. La 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 la. I'm done. I'm sorry.
I don't know what that was, but I don't want it to ever
It was
happen again.
it was one of Lewis's prayers.
Oh God. Yeah, so what? Matthews points out some guys on the hill.
Yep.
Can I make a notice roll? See if I can do better.
Sure.
I am looking at them, but wood.
All right, with the rays, you kind of squint your eyes, and you get a pretty good glimpse of one of them. Now, again, they're kind of like figures in the distance, so it's not like you can see the buttons on his shirt or whatever. But
Oh.
you can tell that these men, and they are men by their figure, are sporting weapons.
Huh.
And they've gathered to about at least a dozen, you can see.
Dozen guys with a bunch of weapons, basically. That's all I can see. No special crest.
Again, they're like at the edge of your
Yeah.
your ability to see. So even if you,
Yeah,
you'd have to have eagle eyes or binoculars to see better than what you can see right now,
I don't have binoculars.
or whatever
Matthew.
the Old West equivalent would be. I guess would be a spyglass.
Yeah. Hell,
So,
it's funny.
Matt-
You think I would have had one?
Matt's just gonna turn to Mad Dog and say, "What should we do?" Should we take the people out here and defend, or at least get ready for whatever's coming at us, or should you and I just skedaddle out of here? I know it's disrespectful for your friend here, but
Sorry, I'm trying to think how. That's how I answer.
Keeping in mind, this is somebody who really this is the first time you've talked to them.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I mean, I think you identify him as one of the hired guns for the train, so you have at least that in common.
Yeah, I know you can.
And he
see
appears
that,
to have his head about him, while the remaining Confederate soldiers do not.
Yeah. No, I imagine. I have a good idea. I'm not in the mood for talking. I'm gonna get my horse and get my sniper rifle, and I'll set up.
Does your sniper rifle have a scope?
Soldiers and I'll make a scope.
So no.
Damn you.
Sorry.
And talk to the soldiers and tell them about it. See how they feel.
you're doing it.
I
Okay.
say you can't.
They've pulled out all the corpses, and they've got them lined up to be buried. You know, they put sheets on them or whatever they had to put over them. And one of them, like, they're all like, when you mention it, they all look up and they all kind of have this collective look of terror. And one of them manages to get his wits, goes over to the officer's body, starts rifling through, and hands Mad Dog a spyglass.
Oh, well, there you go. Take that spyglass and snatch it like a motherfucker, and I start looking hard.
All right, make another notice check.
Damn you.
Yeah, well,
Do you know how to spyglass?
using the wrong end. What? They look even further away. What the fuck is this?
I was like, whoa, hold on, no, wait a minute, this sucks.
This is what I wish
Oh
they
shit!
looked
The
like.
exact
Just
same
kidding.
roll.
Oh, roll 20's broken.
All right. Oh, I don't know how to reward you for your raise, but I will tell you that these are Apache warriors.
Oh my god, hate you.
So happy we're
I
not there.
fucking hate you. Whoa. Mad Dog is like, oh, yeah, okay. Mad Dog, just like fucking, like Matthew, if you see Mad Dog, you just like, see him just, I guess you see kind of like a face, a kind of a worried look for 1 second, and then the next, a big smile. Like, I get to fucking take my frustration out of something. They're Apache warriors. I don't really wait for them to answer. I take the spyglass, put it in my pocket. I don't care what any of you do. Set up, run away. I'm killing them. And I go to my horse.
So you're skedaddling out of there.
Well, I'm going with my horse, and I'm gonna get my weapon. And
Okay.
I'm
You
gonna
got your weapon?
take my weapon, and I mean, I'm gonna ghettoify and can I put the spyglass on the gun? Like
No,
I
you
tie
can't.
on the-
You don't have the
No,
tools
you
to mount that.
God, that would've been the best.
Even if you could, it
can
wouldn't
get
be
some-
rain. You know, it wouldn't be a scope. It would just be a spyglass attached to a gun. Let's be real
Just
here.
have somebody hold the spyglass over your eye.
I imagine even if they had like a scope back then, it probably wouldn't be like what it is now.
No, a scope back then, I'd say. Well, in World War II, they kind of had like one line sticking up, but I think, and I'm probably talking to my ass here, but I think they had some kind of telescopic scope in this time period. I would do further research before I allow you to buy one.
Yeah.
But
Well,
I mean, yeah,
if
it
you
was just
think
like
about
a.
it, they had it when sailing and shit.
Well,
Yeah.
no, but I
Before
mean
the
like,
terror.
but one that's actually useful to shoot something. You know?
Yeah, they had.
Oh.
It'd be like it was just
Yeah.
like a telescope, but it was ranged, but it was just one setting. Like,
Right,
it
but
was
I
just,
think,
Probably
and
would've
I also
been
think
about the
it
time
went
period
the
that
length
came
of the
about.
gun. You know, like that's how long it was in order
Yeah.
to get it right. But yeah, again, well, you're not really in the position to buy one right now, so it's not a big deal. But
Right.
I will want to research that. I mean, this is the Weird West, so you can always just say someone invented one, right?
Yeah, and it actually suctions to your eye,
Thup! I don't
and your
think that'd be
eyeball
helpful.
actually pops out the other end.
Okay, now it's just gotten weird. All right,
That there, and it's the Weird
You
West.
said- yeah,
there you go.
said it was
Now it's the Weird West. Calebin, you arrive in Phoenix. Now, Phoenix is a smaller town, about the size of Potential, maybe a little bigger than Potential. So it's got maybe a dozen and a half buildings, up to 2 dozen, we'll say. It does have the train going through it. So you arrive.
Okay. Walk up to I'm gonna ride up to the first person I see, with, obviously a wounded person with me. I'm gonna say, and you know where your doctor is.
All right, they quickly direct you to the doctor.
Okay. And I'm gonna truck over that way, and I'm gonna do the very dramatic, kick open the door,
Sure.
run in there, and be like, "I need a doctor."
Yeah, you're like being all dramatic, and this very unimpressed nurse is like, "It's $3 to see the doctor."
And I want to say, okay, whatever. Just need emergency medical treatment.
She's like, "Uh-huh." And
Okay,
she just
well,
stares at you expectingly.
I'm holding. Okay, whatever, man. I'm holding it. Okay, sorry. Can you hold my dying person? And I'm gonna kind of like, I'm gonna kind of
She's
put
like,
the body
put
over
him
in
over
her
there
arms.
on that bed, yeah.
No, fuck that shit. I'm doing this now. You want the money now? I'm gonna give her the body. I'm gonna reach in my wallet. I'm gonna pull out the money, and then like I'm gonna put it in my teeth, and I'm gonna like take the body back, and I'm gonna hand her the money in my teeth and say, "There, can I see the doctor?"
She's like, "Yes." And she goes in the other room, and they move Isabella into this back room, and you meet the doctor. And he's like, "Oh, what do we have here? This woman appears
What
to
we
have been
have
riddled
here-
with holes."
I'm gonna I'm gonna take my hat off and just look at him with my mouth slightly open and say, "I am so glad I took her to the right place." And what I'm gonna say is, what we have here is $10 if you can get her right.
Get her right.
Yeah, whatever your medical term might be, but I'm pretty sure we understand each other all the same.
I will dress her wounds, and make sure that there's no internal bleeding. However, wounds like these don't magically heal themselves, son. It's going to take time. Now, I can arrange for her to stay in a reasonable accommodation here in town, clean and all that. But obviously, it's probably going to cost more than $10, I hope you know.
How much were you thinking?
Well, I suppose you could rent out one of my rooms here. That's a bit irregular, you see. I usually only perform surgeries here, and any post-op, I'm sure they use post-op in the 1880s,
Yeah.
would be moved to a different location. This isn't a hospital. This is simply just my doctor's office. So I would say $4 a day. However,
And
I
that
would be
includes-
willing.
that-
I would be willing to check in on her at a different location.
Would you be willing to do house visits at a clean place of your choice?
Sure, certainly.
Like- Okay, well, get all that set up, and
House calls are more expensive.
well, then I guess $4 a day here. You said.
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm gonna hand him the 10 after already paying the 3. Say, okay, you get that started for today, and I'll be back in a few hours, probably with some more business for you. As odd as that might sound, there is a train wreck down the way.
Train wreck, you say?
Yes.
Very well. I will get her cleaned up.
Okay, and as he's saying that, I'm gonna hurry myself out, get back on the horse, and start speeding my way back off towards.
Okay.
Oh wait, man, I completely wait. Man, I'm thinking I got like this unconscious person I'm just leaving behind. Okay, yeah, but I'll be right back. Speed off.
Okay. Meanwhile, back at the crash site.
Also get more ammo off the horse.
Sure.
By the way, I've reloaded my gun in
Ammo.
preparation for these Ipsy warriors.
I knew I had a track that was like getting ready for war.
Type of war. Is it bad?
But I don't remember what it was called.
The diddle.
The diddle. Thank God you're here.
You know, appreciate me, Jake.
That's the one. It's, you know, it's clearly fantasy inspired, but the tune's good. All right, so yeah, it's clear that these Apaches are weighing their options whether or not to attack this train wreck. What is y'all's reaction to this? The soldiers are basically looking to the two of you to make decisions. They're clearly ill-equipped mentally to handle this.
In my mental state, I don't care what they do. I just got more ammo for all my weapons, reloaded all of them. Got my big old sniper rifle, and I'm set up.
Okay.
Basically, I'm prone.
Just so you
I'm prone
know,
on the ground. Okay.
there are 7 Confederate soldiers left standing.
So basically, I'm prone on the ground with my big old rifle.
Okay.
And I'm waiting. I'm waiting. As soon as they fucking move, I'm shooting.
Well, I'm gonna turn to the soldiers and says, you can stand in the open and take an arrow to the knee, or you can get behind cover.
Actually, the Apache are not followers of the old ways, so they wouldn't shoot you with an arrow.
Shoot you with a gun.
Would he or they know that?
Yeah, it's common knowledge.
Oh.
Oh
okay.
wait, was he?
Well,
The
in
only
that
people,
case,
the only natives still running around with bows and arrows are the Sioux. Everyone else has taken up the white man's weapons.
Mighty.
Well, you can stand around
Air
in the
quotes
open and take
white.
a bullet to the knee, ending your adventurer's days and becoming a guard of Whiterun. Or you can go back behind some cover of the train, point your guns at them, and hopefully this will discourage them from attacking.
And they're like, yeah, all right, we'll do that. We'll take windows and we'll set up.
I was gonna say, Jake, is there enough salvage on the ground where I could just make a nice little setup of my own cover?
Sure, probably. I mean, the train's a wreck. You can take whatever you need off of it. You can pull crates off of the boxcars and create a little entrenchment for yourself.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna do that.
All right, as you guys are doing this, the number of Apache gathering on this hill has increased to about 20.
That's beautiful. I'm gonna go real fast. I'm gonna go so fucking. I wish I had survival. I'm gonna build a little. I'm gonna dig in a little trench and put some wood over it, and then put more wood over it. And I'm gonna make the trench a little deeper, and then I'm in a hole and I can't get out.
Damn it, I'm stuck.
And I cover myself. I gotta die. Somebody save me. Yeah, that's about all I do. I can't imagine doing much else.
And Matthew, what are you doing?
In my case, I'll probably find myself some sturdy cover, something that looks very thick, and hide behind it, pointing my gun at the Apache in the distance.
I gave experience on Thursday, did I not?
I didn't think you did.
No, he did. He gave experience because I had 16 before and now I'm up to 18. I
Okay.
gave like 2.
So he's got 18, everyone else has 13. Cool beans, just making sure. All right, so Matt, you're just getting cover.
Yeah, I'll get into cover somewhere sturdy. So hopefully maybe like inside the train, so I get like, you know, almost 360 cover.
Sure, yeah.
Also, I was gonna say, also remember I have a bipod on the rifle, so that weight
Yeah.
doesn't kill me.
The dog's just
Monopod?
gonna be making bank.
Or by omnipod, whatever you want to call it.
All right. So with you guys getting ready to receive combat, we're gonna go ahead and go to our second break, and when we come back, we're gonna see what the Apache do. So we'll come back at 15 after.
Does the stream stop during the break?
Yeah, it does. It's probably not the smartest idea, but it breaks it up on YouTube. And since nobody's
No,
really
that's not
watching the
bad.
stream, I might as well do that. That way, it's only 1 hour clips instead of 3 hour clips.
So I don't know if the time will allow for it in game, but I have an idea
Okay.
how to save everybody to defuse the situation if I get there in time.
Okay. Well, I'm
Otherwise, if I
gonna-
just show up and everybody's okay, go ahead. Yeah, go to break. Go away.
I guess rope is gone. Bye.
No,